definitely remember that you are selling yourself. There's no way for me to know anything about you if you don't sell that to me. So your resume is just, I think, an introduction to the real you. So I tell people even in the interview, if you don't tell me about it, there's no way to know that you've done it, you can do it, you've had experience doing it. So definitely that confidence, and remember that there isn't anyone better and better expert at you and what you can do. And it's all about letting me know what value you would have to add to my company.
You probably already talked about this before I got here, but one of the things that I just can't stand is when people come up and say, oh, you know, what do you have to offer? Mm-hmm. Like, I'm saying, you got to be kidding me. What do you have to offer? But just really making sure that you do some targeted research on the companies that you want to visit, and being thoughtful and really thinking about that, you know, pitch of what you're going to say. And it really shows value to the recruiters that you're valuing their time and them being there, and that you're somebody who, you know, you're not just fishing around for something, but that you're really being thoughtful about where you're going. And you want that recruiter, although we're aware of the fact that you're visiting 20 other companies, and you need to be visiting 20 other companies, this is your time to research, but you still need to make that one recruiter that you're in front of at that point feel like that is where you're sincerely interested. So just think about that as you approach booths, because I'd say over 50% of people just kind of walk up and say nothing, and literally are like, well, what do you do? What do you have? You know, and they're staring at the display. Well, what kind of jobs do you have? What do you have to offer? And I'm sure you've all experienced that before. So I'm sorry if it's something you already talked about, but I just think that's really important to be prepared as you approach.
And I think in what we talked about before too, in utilizing your resources, what we look for as a company, and what I'm sure other recruiters look for, is not that you just went to class every day, but that you made the most of the resources that you have. I'm preaching to the choir because you guys are here now, taking advantage of this, which is awesome. But you know, what clubs did you belong to? What efforts did you make beyond showing up for class every day? Or what specialties in your line of education did you follow because it was so class intensive? Like, where are you focused, and how well-rounded are you? We don't want robots. None of us work with robots. So to shine while you're in college shows how you'll shine in your career.
I'll play off on that. We look for the same thing. We want to know, what did you do while you were here? Not just went to class. Everybody goes to class. What did you do outside? So we look for leadership roles. So what type of leadership positions have you held? Whether that be in a club, whether that's you ran a project, maybe you have a lower GPA, but you have a good reason for it. You're putting yourself through college, so you're working
full-time.
2 jobs. Tell us that. You want to know, because that shows that you're a hard worker. So maybe you don't have a 4.0, but guess what? You're working your butt off, and you have 2 jobs to put yourself through college. Tell us the stuff that's not on the resume. It'll show that you're working, but you don't know. I'm working 40 hours a week, and I'm going to school full-time. Or just what positions have you done? And it can be something simple, but what type of leadership roles or skills that you have that you can transfer. If you can have a couple stories or a couple examples of how you've done that, I would incorporate that into your elevator speech, or anticipate that is going to be a question that someone said. So what have you done here at UConn? Or, you know, why are you interested? I would definitely have some of those prepared.
Yeah.
One thing I'd also advise some of you guys to do is look into what other companies, you know, sometimes I know with like Northwestern Mutual, everyone thinks they have to be a finance or business major. Well, we take communication majors, economics majors, different philosophy, you know, so also look into that. So not just assume that based on the company name that they're looking for a certain major, and even if they are a finance company, they might be looking for IT people or other, so maybe do your research and see what else is up there, and not just assume that if I'm a certain kind of major that those are the only jobs that are available. Or internships. So
Yeah, you don't need to be a farmer to apply at Farm Tech.
right.